Hello everybody, Nubkeks here and welcome back to the road to Grandmaster. In today's video, we're jumping into Tomb of the Spider Queen and we're actually playing this one as part of a trio queue, a triple queue. Myself, Kendrick Swish, and B-Guy. So you probably know Kendrick from streaming Heroes of the Storm as well. This one will be a little bit different because I was recording this and we were in voice chat together. We're not using it too much, but there will be some points during the game where you'll actually hear some of the live commentary from us and us talking back and forth. So I'll kind of try to stop some of this post-game commentary coming up to that. So kind of an experimental video type here for me. I've never done one like this before. So I hope it turns out okay. We will see. Anyway, coming in here, Nubkeks ban, Anna ban. No surprises whatsoever. It's all very standard stuff. Looking in for Tomb of the Spider Queen. Our teammate here wants to play Alarak. Which I think is okay. I mean, it's not his best map by any means. You know, Alarak is, for example, much stronger. Let's say Braxis. He can be very good on Battlefield of Eternity. It can still be a decent option. The enemy team is going to ban away Anduin, which I don't think is actually a great idea. I'm not sure if he's worth the ban yet. I think, you know, I could see him being worth the ban in the future, but for right now, not so sure. We ban away Zeratul. Again, not Zeratul's best map at all. But Zeratul can be a very scary hero in the hands of a skilled player. We're going to first pick Nazeebo, which again I think is pretty fine. This is probably Nazeebo's best map. The enemy team grabs Gul'dan, which again they're pretty much equivalent to each other. And they grab Tyrande. Tyrande would be the other kind of top healer at the moment after the Ana and arguably Anduin as well. Like personally, I've been loving Anduin and having a ton of success with him. But I've also seen some Anduins be not so successful. I think his overall win rate is relatively low, but I would expect it to go up and I'd expect him to get quite strong. But we'll see. For now, I wouldn't bother banning him away. Diablo is banned by the enemy team. I think that's obviously a good call. It's a good map for Diablo. He's a very strong tank. We're going to ban away Maiev. Again, Maiev with the Gul'dan. Pretty scary stuff. You know, you just get stuck in that cage and Gul'dan is dropping all the AoEs. Pretty scary. Enemy team grabs Stitches as their main tank, and they're going to go for a Kerrigan. So the Kerrigan is definitely a big twist. It's a very good map for Kerrigan, though she's not played all that often. I actually think the last video I stuck up was Leoric, where my buddy PvP Chan was playing Kerrigan. So that's pretty cool. We're going to grab Garrosh, and I'm going to pick Uther as the healer. So I was just looking at the healers that we have left, and I'm kind of thinking, okay, who's going to be good against them? They've got very strong pick composition with the Tyrande, the Stitches, the Kerrigan, and some very powerful CC, displacements, the Stitches hook, the Tyrande, the Kerrigan combo, Tyrande stun can follow up, Tyrande mark can follow up for armor reduction. So I'm figuring Uther might be very strong in this sort of situation. We'll have Divine Shield, we can spec into Cleanse, and obviously our heals give our allies bonus armor. So all that stuff should hopefully add together to mostly keep our teammates safe. I mean, Nazeebo and Hanzo should be fairly on the back line. It's going to be difficult for the enemy team to get on top of them. It's more going to be, I think the biggest thing you'd expect looking at this draft would be, okay, who is Kerrigan going to combo in? Who is Stitches going to hook in and be looking to try save them? But here we are in the game, guys. Let's lower down the speed and let's go. All right, and here we are. It's back. We're normal speed again. I'm just trying to get used to this. Yeah, I think it should be fine. I think I'm gonna be able to see when I'm actually gonna be talking now. I've got like the audio wave file for this particular game up on the screen. We'll see. Apologies if I do type or talk over myself by accident. So is Uther. Your build is pretty standard. It doesn't change all that much. We're gonna be grabbing what's it? I don't know, something in Silver Hand, something like that, level 1, which reduces the mana cost primarily of our Holy Light spell, our Q ability. It's a pretty easy quest to finish. You just have to deny damage with it. This is a really nice start as well. Stitch is getting greedy. Really good punish by B-Guy on the Garrosh. He's going in for more. A level 4 will take Holy Shock, so we can use our Q offensively, which is pretty nice for helping to secure some kills. It gives it reduced cooldown, of course, when you Holy Shock. And it could just be, it's just a nice little talent to grab overall. And yeah, then at level 7, you can either get the Holy Light cooldown reduction. That can be a nice one when you're CC'd yourself. Really good flank by Garrosh. We're able to come in, focus down the Kerrigan. Our teammates step back, and we are good. You can see we're getting some really nice plays here at the start. Like a really good play by B-Guy in particular as the Garrosh, getting in great positions and really punishing what is just bad play and bad positioning by the enemy team. Like they're just, you know, this is a diamond level play, right? Diamond and Master. So, you know, they're just not used to playing against a Garrosh who's very good. There we go. He's going to throw Gul'dan behind, hit him with the Q backwards. Now we're going to focus Gul'dan down ourselves as the Uther just whacking on him. And for me as Uther, I'm obviously trying to be in position as much as possible to do two things here, really, which is number one, be able to support the Garrosh a little bit if the engagement doesn't quite work out, but I'm there in position to give him a heal. And then, as you saw just there, the other thing I'm looking to do is obviously Uther has a stun with his E ability as well. So looking to follow that up on the Garrosh stuff. And ideally, I want to delay this after the Garrosh stuns have expired to get maximum value. We don't want to overlap it with the Garrosh Q stun, for example. So yeah, that's kind of roughly speaking what we're looking to do here as the Uther. And with our healing abilities, it is quite important to time them properly as Uther. A big part of the effectiveness of his heals comes from the armor that they apply. So they don't actually heal for that much either. You don't do a lot of healing as Uther, but you do still manage to deny quite a lot of damage through the armor that you apply. So you're kind of looking to heal after they've taken a little bit of damage, so that the healing itself does actually get you know, most of its value. Then you're also looking to hit it maybe earlier than you would on some other healers, so that you can continue to get value. You can see, like, again, like the Garrosh Uther combo here working absolutely fantastically. But yeah, you want to hit it early enough in the fight so that the armor is going to get good value. And you can oftentimes using your W is a great way to apply it. You can apply it to multiple people with the W, of course. Your Q has got a couple of different uses. So for example, right here, look at that, like Nazeebo gets hooked in. So we're ready with our W to apply armor to Nazeebo just to make sure that he will be safe. We're going to follow up a stun here and throw probably a W through our team. There we go. For some healing, I mean, it's not actually doing that much in terms of damage reduction, but it's doing a little bit. We're using our Holy Shock a bit offensively as well. So yeah, I mean, both your spells then with Holy Shock do damage. Both your healing spells. So your Q does damage. It still heals you, of course, when you Holy Shock. It's a really good way to self-heal. Your W, of course, does some damage as well.
Well, you just
so there's kind of a lot going on there with Uther. Oh, I forgot. I forgot to look.
Isn't it nice to see what a difference a good tank player can make?
Yep. There's just
people
a teeny tiny
rotate,
bit of difference.
People can rotate. People get kills.
All right, so we're just joking there. We played a few games together to, let's say, mixed success. With some of the random teammates, and we had B-Guy join in this game, and after having like a couple of games where the tanks are just terrible, it was hilarious to come into this game and see the difference of someone playing tank that actually knows what they're doing. Is incredible. But you can see as well, like, trying to sidestep the E ability from Gul'dan. I remember in this game, Alarak was eating those pretty hard. And we do come out of it mostly alive. I'm going to tap this here. This is a situation where it gets a little bit rough. Like, we can obviously heal Alarak a small bit, but, I mean, you can see there we use both our heals. They have a very long cooldown, and it puts them to half health. D6. I laugh. I can hear the sounds of my own frustration coming from the game as Alarak just casually eats all 3 ticks of corruption. That's a 10 out of 10 right there. So in this situation, we're going to stay in Soak bot lane. Obviously, I'm not intending to stay here forever, but Uther's actually relatively reasonably good as a solo laner. You can even run Uther as a solo laner, and it's pretty fine. Like with the Holy Shock in particular, we're going to be able to trade fairly well into Tychus, and you can see we're 3 stacks off of finishing our level 1 quest, which is pretty fantastic. So we're looking forward to that. Using the Q again to clear the minions. It's very cheap in terms of mana. To Holy Shock, it gives you mana back. And once that level 1 quest finishes, it's extremely, mana efficient. Just doing some damage here to the Tychus. Nothing too special. Heal on the, I think it missed the Alarak. That's actually a mistake. So right there, wanted to heal the Alarak. It healed Garrosh instead. We're able to just about clip him over the wall with that, which is okay. Get some stuns in. Oh, your boy Alarak, he got hit by all of them again. He got hit by all of them again. So I will die here. I think that Kendrick will manage to pick up most of the gems. He got the big one, and as the Ghost of Uther, we're able to give him a lot of healing and a lot of armor. So funnily enough, a lot of your healing comes while you are dead. So that can be one advantage of Uther. You know, if the enemy team over focuses you in the team fight, you can actually get a lot of value because the Ghost does so much healing. This is even more so the case at level 20 when you get redemption. So you actually come back to life after dying as a Ghost. So you can even, you know, put yourself kind of far out of position in some team fights at level 20 with redemption, with the intent that you'll actually, you know, die, soak up a bunch of the enemy CDs, get tons of extra healing as a Ghost, and then come back with your cooldowns back alive once again. That can be a pretty nifty and pretty sneaky way of doing things. Now, in this game at level 7, I did grab Cleanse. I think that's pretty obvious why. We're up against, you know, the Stitches, Tyrande, and the Kerrigan, like I was talking about earlier. So you can see we're using the Cleanse, for example, there on the Garrosh to break him out of some of the CC, just when I figure he's in a little bit of danger. Right here, that's a mistake by me. I should have been paying more attention. It's obviously a good hook by the Stitches as well. I was... a mistake people often make is, and I made it right there, which is over-focusing on where you're going to be rotating to next. So, for example, right there, I'm looking at the minimap, I'm looking towards the top lane, and I'm thinking all about what am I going to do? Alarak using his heroic for some reason to try get damage, and it does nothing. But yeah, over-focusing on what you're going to do when you're going to get up to top lane to deal with the objective, and then neglecting your team who's still rotating, and then you get kind of caught out and punished. So Alarak's going to go in here and force the fight. Unfortunately, I got stunned by the Kerrigan combo, which was a mistake.
Alarak needs help, yes.
And yeah, unfortunately, Alarak having, for some reason, used his Counter-Strike to somehow magically get damage on the Kerrigan up top lane, does not have it for that fight.
Divine Shield earlier.
And he dies. So
Alarak.
here's some of my frustration in the game there. But yeah, I could have definitely played that fight better myself. Dodging the Kerrigan combo would have been crucial, and that way I would have been able to use the Divine Shield on Alarak, which probably would have saved both of our lives. It would have been a pretty big deal. Alarak should have been forcing that fight without Counter-Strike in the first place. No, but I could have done more to help out. Alright, this situation is pretty good for me. Here's the Uther. We've got Cleanse. We have our Divine Shield as well. So feeling pretty confident about our ability to keep our teammates alive here. I mean, we could... this is the thing. I'm not quite good enough at it, but we could, in theory, pre-cleanse the hook, the Stitches hook. If you can see it coming far enough in advance. I mean, it's not honestly that important before level 16 anymore, but post level 16 when Stitches gets a longer range hook, well, I mean, there, for example, it might have been worth it. That's a good knockback by the Alarak. Great fear, though, by the Gul'dan. Puts us in a rough spot. You can see, unfortunately, my faith in the Alarak is low, and I actually used the invulnerability on him at the same time he used his. So that hurts us just a little bit. We're going to be able to cleanse him away. We're going to come and try stun the Tychus. Unfortunately, he gets hooked right back over the wall. So I'm very dead in this situation. But there's so many of the enemy team were focused on us, on myself and the Garrosh. And in fact, they turned away, which is kind of great, and focused the Garrosh instead of me. So in that situation, funnily enough, our teammates actually managed to kill the Stitches, which is great.
Like, please.
You're welcome. But you can see the Gul'dan corruptions are spookily accurate. It's almost as if people are walking into them. But nice pick there on the Gul'dan. Hanzo can finish it off. Hanzo's going to walk away. Oh, he picks up the snipe in the end. But then Kerrigan arrives to finish off the kill. Alarak is doing stuff up there, I guess. So definitely messy here from the team. People getting confused, not quite sure what to do. Gonna use my Q there, actually for damage, trying to kill this Kerrigan. It's really good healing though from the Tyrande. Welcome to Tyrande. With that level 1 talent, absolutely massive amounts of healing. Difficult to do much. Alarak needs help, I'm aware. I'm able to stun him. Unstoppable him just for safety. I remember this, I fucked this up real bad. I should Q here. Tychus picks me up. Definitely a mistake. And I knew it was coming as well. So that's what
I saw that coming. I tried to Alt Q, and I think the animation wasn't fast enough, or else I misclicked it. Oh well. But yeah, so honestly, dying with Divine Shield wasted is probably the worst thing. Like, investing Divine Shield there, I mean, it could just die, and that'd be okay. Like,
oh
my god.
Investing the Divine Shield, but then not healing myself, that's a pretty big mistake, because it kind of means that when I come back alive, I'm not going to have the cooldown. So now you can see that it's still 50 seconds on the cooldown, and we have to defend this. So Divine Shield would be really good to have here as well.
He's asking why he walks into every single Gul'dani for like the full effect. He's asking, why do I not actually dodge that?
Salty healer. It is true, though. It's very important to dodge the Gul'dan E as much as possible, especially, like, number one, it helps them finish that quest earlier, which is scary because it literally can double the value of that. And then number two, the E is his biggest source of damage, so yeah, I think dodging it is pretty important. It's a nice combo there on the Kerrigan, but she's got Chrysalis, which is good for her. This is where I'm like, man, it would be great. It would be fantastic if we actually had that Divine Shield. That would have changed this fight, right? Wouldn't it? Instead, it's like 5 seconds on the cooldown. Okay, but nonetheless, a relatively successful defense, actually, all things considered. That we are a bit behind. It's not too bad. Fortunately, the heal does miss Alarak. Oh, he dodged it. We're able to cleanse him, and he's able to push himself away, so it's not going to get Stitches hooked. I think it was a pretty good play by the enemy team, and I'm not sure if the Stitches hook would have hit him. It was pretty close. I could certainly have body blocked it myself, but still kind of, it shows you the sort of situations where cleanse can come in useful. But yeah, I'm proud of Alarak. He actually sidestepped the Gul'dan corruption that time, and Tyrande just placed her heroic pretty well. Get some healing out here, not too bad. Poor B guy gets sniped by the owl. And yeah, so things to stabilize. We're just waiting for level 16 at this point. You can see on the map, right? There's no reason for us to push out and force a fight now. Taking this bruiser camp is a great idea. Why is that? It's very hard for the enemy team to invade. Okay, very hard for them to invade. Is there anything for them to do on the map? No, not really. They don't have enough coins to turn in. Doing boss is too hard. So this is pretty great. That's a really nice combo. We're able to stun the Gul'dan as well. He goes down. Right here, we know that Kerrigan's used her thing, so we can do that. Again, trying to spread our heals around as much as possible. I did take Well Met at 13, I think, which is it reduces movement speed and damage dealt when we hit a target with our E. So obviously if we can hit that on one of their damage dealers, that's fantastic. It's a really nice way to do it. But yeah, you can see here we got 16. The enemy team was out of position, trying to do something on the map. They're kind of going, hey, we're ahead with 16. Let's try to do something on the map. They messed up, which is pretty great. We can hit her with that. And yeah, Hanzo can pick up the kill on that. We don't need to stay. We can move up to our team, and that's really nice. That's a really good fight for us. I think Tychus just wasn't in the fight at all. Just bad rotation by the enemy team. Basically, it's a big mistake from them. They had the Tauntier advantage. They had map control, but they weren't able to do boss. They didn't have enough for a turn in, and they got greedy and paid the price for it. Oh, okay, we're able to get the heals over the wall. That's kind of scary. It's kind of scary right there in that situation.
Yeah, we paid.
Because I'm not
Ignore this guy.
Not super confident in the heals there. Again, we're just going to cleanse Alark to make sure that he will not get killed by the Kerrigan combo. He actually sidestepped it well. I think he got better. Like, honestly, watching this back, he's better.
Wait until I start the mercenary camp, maybe.
Too late. Now he's turning in. He's turning in.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I meant to say he's gotten better at sidestepping stuff. Like, he started actually dodging things now later into the game. So that's been pretty nice to see, actually watching this back. And salty rage to myself. Paid off.
I'm going to melee these walls, actually. Does that give me CDR on my cleanse? Oh, it does. Nice. Good.
Oh, yeah. So Uther's cleanse. It has a long cooldown, but his basic attacks reduce it by 5 seconds. So you can see right there, it's using the wall to try to reduce the cooldown on that so that we'd have the cleanse up.
Amazing.
We're able to Divine Shield him here, which should hopefully keep him alive quite a bit. He healed himself a lot with his E. A good fear by the enemy team. Alark got a ton of value, though. It's pretty nice. Stitches is a little bit out of position, too. One thing I could have used more was Benediction. I've used it there, but it's a little bit late. Able to get a heal on the Hanzo. Well met on the Kerrigan. Just reduce her damage a little bit. They still have cleanse, which is nice. Good chrysalis by the Kerrigan. So right there, I unstoppable the Hanzo. Again, you can see the idea of the cleanse. It didn't. I made the mistake though. I expected that Kerrigan might do like yeah. I have no heal for B guy. Sorry, bro. I actually think I could have. Watching that back, I think I could have healed him. He healed himself with his W, so he didn't die when I expected to. I think if I timed it right, I would have been okay. You can see him using my Q here. It does decent damage. There we go. Ate a bunch of that, but we will survive. If I was a little more confident there, I think we could have actually got the kill on Gul'dan. Could have turned it. Could have turned it around, but oh well. One keep. I think the bottom one's dead too. It's pretty damn good. Yep. Very nice.
It's GG.
Should be. But yeah, like we're saying there, I mean, that's pretty much game at this point. The enemy's top keep is even almost dead, like as a massive bonus here. But it's so hard to defend when you're down those 2 keeps. I mean, you consider the win conditions on the map is typically going to be a turn-in of spiders, or it's going to be the boss up top lane. Having the bottom 2 keeps dead makes it really dangerous.
There's no
there's just going to be catapults. Catapults that
Burst
push
camps in 9 seconds.
I need to heal real quick.
Oops, I missed my thing.
Just get the 20.
There we go. Hanzo missed him. There you go. So we've got level 20. I mean, if we pressure around boss, the enemy team, I mean, they're just going to get wrecked. Their core is going to be eventually pushed down by those catapults that are going to be spawning in. So very dangerous for them. And you can see that they're very far off getting an actual turn-in of their own.
Too bad. They're going to have 20 as well. I'm not sure if boss is a good idea. That could be a big throw. Just trap, I think. Although Tyrande Owls can scout. Ah, he wants to do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, we can do this.
Alright.
Tyrande, you can see Kerrigan is still in bot lane.
Oh, they're coming.
Right there, an early cleanse to try stop the Gorge on Alarak. Really good focus by B-Guy, and he catches Gul'dan out of position. Kerrigan wasn't there for the fight. So the enemy team just kind of at odds with each other. We get the Divine Shield on Alarak. Once again, though, me and Alarak not quite working together in tandem all that well. Get thrown out there is actually really nice. But yeah, Alarak uses his level 20 talent to teleport away, but it puts him at 1 hit point. Pity he did not stay in. I'm going to be able to go in and... Oh, you didn't hear it there. I was talking over it, but I was saying I have redemption, which is why I went in at that particular point. He's trying to heal him as he goes in with the damage. Oh my god, Alarak gets the counter strike off, and we managed to get the kill on, maybe, on the Kerrigan. Ugh. Nice. Yeah, she dies. Nice. And Hanzo picks up the last one, and there we go, onto the core. You can see that the catapults are already raining damage on the core with that fight around top lane. So I think, looking back at it there, I think that's it was not a great fight from the enemy team. I think, obviously, if they'd moved as 5, the Kerrigan was way split pushing in bot. If they'd gone in as 5, I think it might have gone a bit differently. But you can see, like, the trap at the boss. They kind of have to expect the trap at the boss, one assumes. But yeah, it ended up being a pretty nice game for us. I think really nice play by B-Guy in particular. Like, the Garrosh play was incredible. So many kills. So many great picks with the Garrosh throwing people behind. It was fantastic. I was definitely, you could see that with if we were on like voice comms, like as the Uther with our melee assassin with the Alarak, you could see that there were a few situations there where we could have got more value, where the Divine Shield was thrown out at the same time that he used one of his escapes, and you kind of lose value. But nonetheless, there you go. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up if you did, and I'll see you next time.